McCarthy should call Schumer tomorrow and say, no spending bill is going to emerge from this Congress except one that defunds the prosecution of Donald Trump under that gross attack on the First Amendment that is this latest indictment. That's what it would take. And if you had people who were serious, I mean, so as I said before, we can't prosecute people directly. And in fact, you got 435 members of the House, 100 members of the Senate. Unless there's somebody with stones in the leadership post, they're going to walk all over the Congress. And that's what's been allowed to go wrong.
Does this House have what it takes to defund Jack Smith?
Well, first of all, Dan Bishop is going to make a great attorney general in North Carolina, and what you just heard from him is a good reason why. So he's exactly right. Republicans, if we pass any spending bill that comes out of the House of Representatives without defunding Jack Smith, or even at the very least, Jesse, they're asking for $1 billion to build a new FBI headquarters. I mean, can you imagine if Republicans went along with that and voted to give money to the FBI to build a new headquarters in the midst of all of this? Of course, we shouldn't be giving them money to do that or to continue the frivolous prosecution of Donald Trump and the political behavior of the Biden Department of Justice. We hold the power of the purse in the House. And to your point, do Republicans have the moral courage to do the right thing in this case? I hope so. There's still time for us to do that. The month of September is when we debate the spending bills, the appropriations bills, and we have the opportunity to do the right thing and make sure that we don't give them another penny to pay for the political behavior of the DOJ and the FBI. Let's hold them accountable for it instead.
How hopeful should we be about that appropriation process? I normally prepare myself for embarrassing failure when the GOP is negotiating with Democrats. I feel like this House might give us something next month. What can we actually hope for? What's realistic?
Well, I remain optimistic. We have a 5-seat Republican majority in the House, and we have a lot of rock stars and conservative stalwarts like Dan Bishop and others who are leading the fight to make sure that we don't give in, that we're no longer the Republican Party that goes along to get along with Democrats, but rather we use the power of our majority to stop some of this madness when it comes to the spending bills. So if we do what we said we were going to do last year when we campaigned and asked for the majority, then we will use the leverage of this House Republican majority over the next 6 weeks to make sure that these spending bills reflect the promises and commitments that we made as Republicans on the campaign trail. So I remain optimistic that will happen, Jesse. Like you, I'm always prepared to be let down by Republicans who don't do what they said they're going to do. But I'm going to be on the front lines with Dan Bishop and others to make sure that we fulfill our commitments and keep our word to the American people.
I have great news. If you enjoyed that, I have a YouTube channel you can subscribe to. Whatever I do, it'll be right there on YouTube. So go subscribe today.